The clock is ticking, and whether we realize it or not, it's not ticking in our favor. Every hour that passes, every day that slips by is one we'll never get back. You can always make another dollar, but you can't make another minute. And yet the strange thing is, most people live as though they've been promised unlimited time. They delay the important things, postpone the meaningful things, and trade what matters most for what matters least. I've often said life is not a dress rehearsal. You don't get to run through it once. Practice your lines, and then try again when you feel ready. This is it. This is the only performance. The question is, are you using your time like it matters? Or are you letting it slip through your fingers? One excuse at a time. See, the clock doesn't stop because you're tired. It doesn't pause because you're confused. It doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It just keeps moving steady and relentless. And if you're not careful, one day you'll look back and realize it wasn't the big failures that cost you the life you wanted. It was the quiet waste of minutes, hours, and days you thought didn't matter. Now here's the truth that changed everything for me. Time is either working against you or working for you. There is no neutral. Every day you invest in discipline, in learning, in action, time compounds that effort into results. Every day you waste in hesitation or distraction, time compounds that too, into regret. The clock is always moving. The question is, what is it building for you? Most people live with the illusion that time is abundant, that there will always be more of it tomorrow than there is today. They tell themselves they'll get to it later, start when things calm down, or do it when they feel ready. But here's the truth. Tomorrow shows up a lot faster than we think. Later often never comes. And waiting for the perfect moment is how entire decades get lost. Think about how people treat money. If someone handed them a stack of cash, they'd guard it, plan it, and spend it with intention. But when it comes to time, something far more valuable than money, they spend it recklessly. Hours slip away watching their favorite TV shows, talking or waiting for the right sign. But no sign is coming, and once that hour is gone, it doesn't come back. You can earn back lost money, but you'll never earn back lost time. It's easy to believe that there's an endless supply ahead, especially when you're young. It feels like the days are stretching out forever. But then you look up and years have passed. The things you thought you would have started by now still haven't been touched. That's the danger of the illusion. Time feels generous in the moment, but it's never as generous as it seems. One man I knew always told me he was waiting for retirement to start enjoying life. He said, "I'll travel when I'm done working. I'll build my dream house later. I'll finally write that book once I have the time." But retirement came and his health had faded. He had the hours but not strength. And suddenly, all those years of waiting turned into regret. The tragedy wasn't that he lacked opportunity, but that he kept believing more time would magically appear in the future. The reality is, you don't get to order more time when you run out. You can't stockpile it, you can't stretch it. You can't negotiate with it. Time is moving whether you use it or not. And if you're not careful, you'll keep thinking you've got plenty until you don't. That's why it's so dangerous to live under the illusion of plenty. See, this is where discipline comes in. When you understand that your time is limited, you start living with a different kind of urgency. You stop wasting it on things that don't matter. And you start placing value on every hour, every choice, every day. And once that mindset, your life begins to shift. Because instead of waiting for more time, you start using the time you already have. You see, time is like money in a savings account. But with one key difference. Money compounds when you leave it in the bank. Time compounds when you put it into action. The HOURS you spend wisely today don't just add to your future. They multiply it. And the HOURS you waste don't just disappear. THEY multiply too. In the wrong direction. A man once told me he didn't understand why his life looked the same. Year after year. I asked him to walk me through his average day. Nothing terrible in it, just small wastes. A little too much television. A little too much sleep. A little too much putting things off until tomorrow. On the surface, none of it looked dangerous. But stretched out over 5, 10, 15 years it was costly. He was compounding failure, one quiet choice at a time. Now take another man with the same 24 hours. He decides to read 10 pages of a good book every day. That doesn't sound like much. 10 pages, but in a year. That's over 3,000 pages, that's 10 to 12 books. And if he keeps that up for 10 years, he's read more than 100. Think of the shift in perspective, in vocabulary, in vision. The difference between those two men didn't come from one giant decision. It came from how they handled their days. This is why I tell people to beware of neglect. Neglect starts small. You miss a workout, you skip a conversation. You put off the project. And because nothing explodes right away, you think you got away with it. But neglect is a silent compounder. It builds interest on itself until one day you wake up. And the gap between what could have been and what is becomes enormous. On the other hand, discipline compounds the same way. A little extra effort each day creates a margin that grows wider and wider. The person who makes one small investment of time daily is not the same person 10 years later. That's the magic and the danger of compounding. Time doesn't stay still. It magnifies whatever you feed it. So the real question is not will time pass? It will. The real question is what will time multiply for me? Because whatever you put into the clock today, whether it's waste or discipline, will grow into something bigger tomorrow. Time is not waiting. It doesn't slow down when we hesitate. And it doesn't pause while we get ready. Every day the clock moves forward, whether we're using it wisely or letting it slip by. And that's the great equalizer. Nobody gets more time, nobody gets less. The only difference is in how we use the HOURS we've been given. If you're waiting for motivation, waiting for clarity, waiting for the right time, let me tell you it doesn't come. The right time is now, not when you feel like it. Not when conditions are perfect. Not when everything lines up. Because if you wait for perfect conditions, you'll still be waiting 10 years from now. And the only thing you'll have to show for it is regret. The truth is life, REWARDS urgency. It REWARDS the person who starts today, instead of waiting for a sign. It REWARDS the one who understands that each day matters, because each day is gone forever once it passes. And the small things you do with urgency, those little DCISIONS, those daily STPs, are what compound into extraordinary RESULTS over time. So ask yourself, what are you going to do with the time that's left on your clock? because no one knows how much of IT there is. The future isn't guaranteed, but the present is here right now. And it's yours to use. The choice is simple. Keep waiting or start building. Keep hoping or start doing. When you start treating time, like the limited resource it is, every day takes on a new urgency. You will find yourself wasting less, producing more, and living with a sense of direction that most people never discover. That's how you build a life that matters. That's how you look back without regret. The clock is ticking and it's not on your side. Use it.